Clap, clap, clap. Okay, so Ezra Miller. So I want to read to you one of the more recent articles about Ezra Miller. Guns, bullets, and weed. Ezra Miller housing 3 young children and their mother at Vermont farm. This is from June 23rd, and it is June 28th right now, so that's 5 days. So this is one of the more recent articles that I could find. Unfortunately, there is a lot more going on in, I guess, what we can call the Ezra Miller situation. But how did we get here? Where did it all start? Hi, it's the other Jacob here, the editor Jacob. Shoulders headphones. There are a few times in this video where I misgender the 2 people in question, and I apologize. I was going through it. I'm like, ah, shit. I just wanted to address that. I'm really sorry, and enjoy. Now, I think a good place to start is January of 2020, when Ezra Miller targets KKK. It says chapter in video post, but if you just look down, Ezra Miller has gone viral for sending a message over Instagram to a North Carolina chapter of the Ku Klux Klan. And in the video, he says that they should kill themselves with their own guns. Otherwise, we'll do it for you if that's what you want. I remember seeing the video, which I have here, and I'm debating on playing. But I remember seeing this video in January and going, holy shit. Where did that come from? I mean, we can always use some hate for the KKK. Okay, I'm not going to play it, but I'm just going to read it. Okay, I'm going to read it because it's all right here. I'm going to read it. Let's read it together. This is Ezra Miller, a.k.a. the Bengal Ghouls, the Mad Goose Wizard. And this is a message for the Beelaville chapter of the North Carolina Ku Klux Klan. Miller says in the video, hello, first of all, how are you all doing? It's me. Look, if y'all want to die, I suggest just killing yourselves with your own guns. Okay? Otherwise, keep doing exactly what you're doing right now. And you know what I am talking about. And then, well, do it for you, if that's what you want.
And then, we'll do it for you if that's really what you want.
Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, bye. Now in the caption of this video, it says, please disseminate. Gross. This video to all those who it may concern. The actor noted that this was not a joke, adding, even though I do not recognize myself to be a clown, please trust me and take me seriously. Let's save some lives now, okay, babies? So that was in late January. And then 2 months later, late in March, the Flash actor Ezra Miller arrested for harassment, disorderly conduct at a karaoke bar. This one definitely got around. Yes. Ezra Miller, agitated by karaoke cover of Lady Gaga, Shallow. In the shadow. And he just comes up and... In a statement, the Hawaii Police Department posted to Facebook on Monday night. Miller became agitated while patrons at the bar began singing karaoke. So even in this article, it continues to say, Miller has been accused of committing several minor offenses while being in Hawaii. It's unclear how long Miller has been there, but police say Miller has been the source of at least 10 calls since March 7th. This is March 28th or 20, right? 28th or 27th. What did this one say? March 29th, actually. Mostly for minor offenses like filming people at a gas station, refusing to leave the sidewalk area of a restaurant, and arguing with people. Miller also had another brush with the law hours later, according to the AP. 2 Hawaii residents accused Miller of breaking into their bedroom and stealing their passports and wallets. I did not know this was the same night. I thought this was a later date. On Tuesday, On Tuesday, the couple filed a petition asking a court for a temporary restraining order. According to The Independent, the complaint says Miller burst into the bedroom of people and threatened the alleged male victim by saying, "I will bury you and your slut wife." I thought that story was like a later day. Happened just hours later. How do you even do that? Let's go back to this article for a second here. I want to see if it says anything else. This one just promotes the fucking movie, which is kind of annoying. Which is like a further thing I'm going to get to later. Is why I couldn't find a very recent article about this situation. But I will get to that. He went into their hotel room, this couple. That's what it was. He burst into their hotel room. And then another one that I could find... About a month later, Flash actor Ezra Miller arrested for hitting a woman with a chair. According to a news release from Hawaii Police Department, Ezra became irate after being asked to leave a get-together at a Big Island home. In anger, he threw a chair and hit a woman in the forehead. The woman refused treatment for the half-inch cut on her forehead. Ezra Miller was arrested during a traffic stop and released after pending further investigation. Now, there's also a video of him like choke slamming this girl. This is like in the beginning of April in Iceland. And all I can find from it is that they were just eager fans who were being quite pushy. According to a source at the bar, the altercation took place. The individual, identified as Miller, was confronted by a group of eager fans who were quite pushy. Things then escalated while Miller losing his temper with one of the women in particular. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, court is unable to locate Ezra Miller, cannot serve papers. Parents of an 18-year-old have accused the actor of physical and emotional abuse. Chief Bear Cross testifies, Ezra Miller groomed my niece, Takata, and brought a firearm into my home. Plus Ezra's attack on Sarah Jumping Eagle. So I guess we'll start here. Multiple witness reports state that actor Ezra Miller is allegedly supplying illegal mind-altering drugs to teenagers at their Vermont farm, committing extreme acts of physical and psychological abuse, and claiming that they are the second coming of Jesus Christ in an apparent cult-like manner. We were posing for a photo, and after we took the photo with my family, we decided to get one with just me and Ezra. Well, Ezra just opened their big old jacket and pulled out the .40 caliber firearm. I asked if that's real, and Ezra said yes. Ezra also said, in Vermont, you don't need a permit to conceal. It made me feel uncomfortable because Ezra pulled it out unannounced. I did not know Ezra had a firearm. I would not have invited it into my home if I knew that Ezra had a firearm because I don't know who they are, famous or not. I don't allow anyone into my home with a firearm if I do not know them because of the safety of my children, Chief added. I thought Ezra was a famous actor for the children, but they are not. Ezra is violent towards women, and that makes children unsafe. Pulling out the gun and then them taking a picture says that Ezra Miller concealed the fact that they were brandishing a pistol until it was time to take the photo with the chief. The disguise didn't really work, clearly. January 25th, 2022, Brooklyn, New York. Ezra allegedly drugged Takata into an incapacitated state with LSD. Incoherent, Takata was taken back to Ezra's farm in Stamford, Vermont, where their mental state began to deteriorate. It got so bad that Ezra Miller and their house guests finally called Takata's parents on Saturday, January 29th, to inform them that Takata was incapacitated and that they did not feel safe, comfortable, or able to help Takata recover. During this time, Takata cut her hair and did not sleep or eat for several days. 2 days prior, Ezra posted a video to Instagram threatening the KKK in North Carolina.
We'll do it for you if that's really what you want.
It all comes back around. Interesting. I initially, when looking at this, thought that was the start of it, was when he threatened the KKK. There was so much more going on behind the scenes. So her mother and father, Sarah Jumping Eagle and Chase Iron Eyes, flew to Vermont on January 30th to rescue Takata from Ezra Miller's farm, which they did successfully on January 31st. Takata was still incapacitated and unable to stay in this world, but agreed to return home with their parents. Takata did not have or know the whereabouts of their bank card, driver's license, Standing Rock Tribal ID, passport, phone, most of their clothing, car keys, or any other item needed to navigate their life independently. Takata's parents noticed burns on their arms, legs, and left facial cheek. And then apparently, in February, Ezra broke into Takata's friend's home and stole Takata's computer, passport, driver's license, car keys, and cell phone. Takata spent 3 weeks detoxifying from the drugs they consumed at Ezra Miller's farm. But then later it talks about how Takata told her parents that they wanted to get a new driver's license, ID, bank card, and phone. Takata then lied to her parents and told them that they were going to stay with a friend in Brooklyn, New York to focus on art, music, and give space and time for healing. Which was not true. Takata was actually going to meet Ezra, who arrived to retrieve Takata within 24 hours of them landing in New York. They were spotted in Los Angeles in late February, early March, before making their way to Hawaii, where Ezra's public crime spree began. Video footage obtained by TMZ shows Takata at a nightclub with Ezra in Hawaii. It all is making sense. It all is making sense. So a month later, Takata's father, Chase Iron Eyes, he tried to get an order for substance abuse evaluation on April 27, 2022, for when they got back into Vermont. And then they got into Vermont and they ran to Los Angeles. May 8th, 2022, during a phone call in which Takata calls her mother, Sarah, from Ezra Miller's telephone. And with Ezra in the background, Takata is mainly focused on the questions about the court orders. Ezra takes the phone call and accuses Takata's parents of emotional abuse, stating Takata wants to be called Gibson and that they are non-binary transgender. Sarah advised Ezra that Takata had never informed their parents of this, and that Takata is capable of speaking for themselves, adding that Takata is not Ezra. According to their parents, Gibson is a nickname that Takata had previously called everyone, including themselves, their friends, family, their pets. Sarah also advised Ezra that it was ironic for Ezra to make accusations of emotional abuse when Ezra had physically assaulted and given Takata LSD in January, causing them to have a mental breakdown. The call abruptly ended when Ezra hung up on Sarah. So about a month later, after the Hawaii stuff, May 27th, Takata's parents found their appropriate location in the Los Angeles area after being informed that they were walking around like a zombie with a bruise/scuff on their eye socket, without access to their phone, and that Ezra was not allowing Takata to eat. Takata's friend also described having to ask Ezra's permission for Takata to go out to dinner. 2 days later, they actually go and physically knock on the door of the residence where Takata was reportedly staying. A young person named Rosie answered, and when asked if Takata was present, Rosie paused and looked at Ezra for an appropriate response. Takata appeared and was happy to see her mother, giving her hugs, but immediately became confrontational with their father over being served with the evaluation orders. After approximately 15 minutes of discussion, during which Takata consumed cannabis, tried to hide empty alcohol containers, and ranted about the KKK, police, pedophiles, and other conspiracies, Takata, Ezra, and Rosie fled from the residence, which actually led to a chase of sorts, which basically led to Rosie, Takata, and Ezra being inside of an Uber, and Sarah putting her arm inside the Uber to grab Takata, and Ezra slamming the door on her arm repeatedly, which these are the pictures. We continue. June 9th. Takata puts this video on her Instagram.
All right. Hi guys. Hi folks. I've become aware that some people are saying that my statements were not written by me. I'd like to clarify that they are, in fact, directly from me. Nobody is controlling my Instagram account. I don't have a phone right now out of my own personal conviction.
We'll also link this article with the video in it below so you can watch the full video for yourself. I feel like I'm taking a super long time explaining really small things, but it's just so many of the smaller details kind of make this insane. And they met earlier. They met in like 2016 or 2018 or something like that. And on June 15th, Ezra deleted their Instagram account with memes of, if I can find any, I will show, but he had memes saying things like, you cannot touch me, I am in another universe. I think there was some trolling police on there, just things like that. And then that pretty much brings us to here. Guns, bullets, and weed. Ezra Miller housing 3 young children and their mother at Vermont farm. Ezra Miller has been hosting? Why does it say that? Ezra Miller has been hosting a 25-year-old mother and their 3 children at their Vermont farm, a living arrangement that worries the children's father, as well as 2 others with knowledge of the situation Rolling Stones learned. That's so weird that they phrased it as hosting. I guess there was an incident where one of the children, a 1-year-old, allegedly picked up a loose bullet and put it in her mouth. But the mother, who, like the father, Rolling Stones is not naming, claims that Miller had helped her escape from a violent and abusive ex, and Miller helped me finally have a safe environment for my 3 very young children. So is the husband the abusive ex? All right, I took a bite of an apple while I was reading this. The mother and children, aged 1 to 5, have been living in Miller's Stanford, Vermont farm since mid-April. The actor met the woman in Hilo, Hawaii, which Miller had been visiting in March. What? So he goes to Hawaii with Takata, comes back with lady and 2 babies. Is Takata back? She must be. Apparently, Miller secured a flight out of Hawaii for the woman and her children, allegedly without the father's knowledge. He claims he has not been able to see or speak with his children since their departure. Interesting, because they keep calling him husband, but she's calling him ex-abuser, is what I'm getting from that. Oh, interesting. So the mother actually pursued 1 domestic abuse case and one paternity case against the father in May 2021. He has denied all abuse allegations. The domestic case was terminated when neither of the parents appeared in court. What the fuck? What the fuck's the point of? Okay, that's just dumb. moving on. Father claims he had been trying to remove his children from the farm since April after learning of the alleged weapons and drug use of Miller's property. In mid-May, he called Vermont's deputy and children's families, DCF, and local police to carry out wellness checks. What? Rolling Stones have reviewed text messages between father and a number registered to a Vermont social worker. Okay, so Rolling Stones is saying that they, okay, true. Who said in a text that they had visited the house on May 16th. Oh, it's my birthday. Oh. And the kids looked good. Knowing the worker had more work to do, it's not clear if the social worker returned to the home. They did not give any more information regarding visits to homes. Okay, interesting. Now, on June 16th, another parent secured a temporary restraining order against Miller on behalf of their 12-year-old child in Massachusetts, according to the Daily Beast. The order was granted by the Greenfield District Court without advance notice because the court determined that there is a substantial likelihood of immediate danger or harassment. And apparently, that's like kind of it right now. They don't know where Ezra Miller is. And as of right now, yeah, this is Dakotah's Instagram story within the past 24 hours. So other than that, that's kind of it. I'll have to do an update when it kind of happens. But until then, this is kind of all we got. This is a picture here, and there's Ezra Miller right there. And yeah, all the comments, not looking good. It's very unfortunate. It kind of almost brings me to, I guess, my closing point of where I brought it up earlier. But why when I look up Ezra Miller, I just go like this. I go, Ezra Miller. There are a ton of articles and a ton of people who, like this. In light of Ezra Miller news, what should Warner Brothers do with The Flash? Who fucking cares? Who cares? I love movies. I love superhero movies, man. But just like, who cares? I hate that being a focal point of this whole situation. There's people on Twitter. I'm not even going to bring it up because it's just shit. There's all these people on Twitter like, oh, you should have just casted Grant Gustin or whatever the fuck his name is. Oh, you should just, what will the DC do without Amber Heard and this fucking person? Like, who fucking cares? That is such a wild perspective to have to be. If you have that, that's insane. I would love to have a conversation with you as to why that would be your first thought when you see a situation like this. Yeah, I'm going to cap it there because I've been recording for an hour and a half and I have no idea how long this video is going to be. I am pretty sure I was all over the place. Headphones on, headphones off. I hope this was a coherent message. And if you're still watching this, and make sure that if you tell people that you work with, you make YouTube videos, you go home and you make a video, god damn it.